see him moving into that jump shot. Nice assist there, just over the shoulder. Here he pulls up with a nice soft jumper on the baseline, has the isolation that he wants. There he gets the pass back from Leitner. He had set him up earlier. Again, you see him protecting the basketball with his right shoulder, warding off the defense and pulling up, hitting another jump shot.
Solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Back in Boston, the Celtics lead the Wizards by 6. You know, Hubie, it reminds me of the early days of the Chicago Bulls. They weren't a strong team like the Wizards are not. Michael Jordan was the big curiosity piece. Same now, except Jordan is 38.
Yeah, and the buildings are all sold out, and television ratings are up, and everybody's happy. Here he is tonight, 6 for 12 from the floor, 16 points, 3 rebounds, a couple assists, doing an excellent defensive job on his man. What must happen now is that the supporting cast must step up and play a more consistent type of game for him. They have 0 fast break points, and they're getting killed in the paint, 20-8. That must change if they're going to win here this evening.
Well, a few moments ago, Cheryl Miller caught up with the Wizards head coach, Doug Collins.
And Dick Coach Collins said one of the concerns in the first half was Washington had to play with that smaller lineup, and Boston absolutely punished them on the board. So they have to do a better job rebounding. Also, the big adjustment for the second half at the defensive end will be shutting down Paul Pierce and Antonio Walker and forcing someone else to beat them as a scorer. Dick?
All right, Cheryl, Antoine Walker has 14, Paul Pierce 12. So despite it all, those two are getting the job done for the Celtics to lead by 6. Boston shooting 43% from the field. The Wizards better at 45. We're underway. Hamilton with the return to Nesby, who cannot convert on the lob pass.
Well, that was a design play for the lob. He was wide open. It was just a bad pass.
Anderson beating the double team on Walker, going back to Kenny Anderson for the hoop.
Right there. See, they're testing him. They're saying, your point guards have got to beat us. Well, now that basket gives the point guard 4 for 13. 4 for 13 in this game.
Only the second hoop for Kenny Anderson. Veteran who is off to a hot start this year. Whitney going inside. Gordon with a turnaround. So Michael Jordan now is 7 for 13 from the field, 18 in the game.
What I like about it, Dick, is, look, it sounds like you're cheering for the guy you are. I am. I'm cheering for him. I hope he has a great night. But the big thing is he's not forcing anything.
Anderson hit his second in this quarter from the corner. And the Celtics leading by 8 points. How can you not cheer for the guy, the greatest player who's ever played the game at 38, coming back for his 3rd attempt in the NBA, plus a baseball career in the minor league. Here is Hamilton from Leitner, pull away, and he's got it.
I like the movement. Anytime that they swing the ball into the corners and they get the cutters have been open, and something good has been happening for Washington.
So Washington down by 6. And they're going to get home for 5 games after this contest. And Leitner getting a piece of the tee shot. 7 on the shot clock. Tony Batiste. Nice. Leitner gets more of it this time. And now the Wizards come up. So Leitner stuffing Batiste twice, really. Here's Jordan trying to feed Leitner, but the ball comes out in a 2-on-3. Wizards get back nicely defensively, but someone missed up an assignment, and Joe Johnson laid it in.
Well, that was just a beautiful maneuver with the basketball. Joe Johnson handles the ball extremely well. See, at the other end, Jordan was going to the basket. I think if he would have shot it, he would have been fouled. But he thought by that shovel pass. Anytime you shovel pass in traffic like that, the guy cutting, who was Leitner, didn't get a chance to catch the ball.
Pick and spot up from Whitney to Christian Leitner. And Leitner now has 10 in the game, so he has come out strong tonight playing the center position.
He's spirited. There's no doubt about it. He has the 10 points, and he's got the 4 rebounds. Now, they need him. They need him to play big every night because he's a very talented young man.
Pierce, double team, a double Pierce and Walker, and Johnson missing the 3 with the air ball.
Yeah, he's having a tough night tonight. That gives him 1 for 6 and 3.
And Leitner is fouled by Tony Batiste, who tried to get a piece of the ball. He did, but he got more of Christian Leitner. So Johnson with his second foul. And Christian Leitner going to the free throw line. Leitner, who has been with 5 teams in his 9-year career, Acquired from the Mavericks, as we mentioned, and in the 8-player deal, principal going to Dallas was Juwan Howard. So, want to remind you, as the Leitner goes to the line, watch the drama of the NBA as Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers take on Steve Francis and the Houston Rockets. That's tomorrow night. Check the time, 9 p.m. Eastern on TNT.
Now, throughout his career, Christian Leitner, 9 years in this league, 15 points, 7 rebounds, a 48% field goal shooter, 82% on the line, and an excellent passer. He will give it up, and he'll make the play in traffic for you.
Nearly 3 minutes gone by, third.
Nice pass.
Walker to Anderson. Anderson comes out scolding here in his third quarter. He has 7 of his 9 points, including the 3, to give Boston a 7-point lead.
How about that pass? That was a great diagonal pass from Antoine Walker, all the way to the opposite corner.
6 assists for Walker with all the other things he does. Whitney for 3 in and out. And the Celtics trying to stretch their lead to 9. 31-year-old Kenny Anderson throws up the wild shot, and the holding foul called against Kenny Anderson, who was out all but 33 games last year.
Now, when this ball goes into the post right here to Walker, watch out as he, off that double team, how he catches Kenny Walker in the opposite, Kenny Anderson. Just keep an eye on it. See, they caught them in a double team and a rotation. That was just a great look.
Anderson, meanwhile, with 3 personals. Jordan. And that's exactly right. And of course, you know, he's got that tendon problem with the finger, plus the tendonitis in the knee. So he hasn't been totally healthy yet. A lot of people fail to realize that. Doug Collins certainly aware. Open, Joe Johnson hitting the 3. So the number 10 pick from Arkansas now with 12 points and 2 from downtown.
Well, he's not bashful. He's definitely looking for that shot. And coming into this game, he's averaging 12 points, 58% from the field, and 50 in 3-point shooting.
5 of 7 shooting tonight for Christian Leitner. Boston has hit 5 of 11 3-pointers tonight. The Wizards just 1 of 7. That's 12 points right there in a 10-point game.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, this team averages 23 attempts. They make 10 of those 23 on an average per game. So right now, Washington's slightly ahead of the game, but you're starting to see some other forces come into play.
Foul called on Tony Battie. His second personal.
Whitney stepped up and received a blind pick, I think, by Hamilton. As he turned, he didn't make his move to the basket as quick, but still they called the foul on Battie.
Our statistician Jim Stamos tonight quickly to correct and say that's the 3rd personal on Battie. Jordan going strong to the hoop. Can't get the left-handed reverse. A little bit short. Trying to knock the ball away from the rookie. Great pass inside. Short jumper, good. Joe Johnson has shown flashes of why the Celtics picked him 10th overall in the draft. He had double digits on opening night at Cleveland. 10 points and 7 boards. And with Eric Williams out with left knee tendonitis, he got his first start the other night at Milwaukee. Leitner inside scores, and Johnson had 23 points in that game. That snaps an 8-0 Celtics run. Again, Boston shooting better 3-point wise than they are from the floor. And the Wizards with a chance to cut into this lead. Jordan, who has 18 points in the game. Eight seconds to shoot. Hamilton, fadeaway jumper, too strong. Gets the rebound back. Very fortunate bounce for the Wizards. They'll reset. Jordan. Still searching for the rhythm. Oh, Anderson nearly traveled. Walker had it blocked by Nesby. No call. Johnson. pass telegraphed and picked off.
They just moments ago delivered a pass to Leitner that led to an easy 2. That time the defense covered up.
Jordan with another rebound in the game. 5th rebound for Michael. Ducks his head, goes up strong and quick.
Well, what he really did, he really dipped that shoulder in, got low, and exploded to the basket. The defense couldn't recover in time.
20 points for Jordan. Anderson kicks it out for Johnson. Lays it back to Anderson. Wizards want 3, instead 2 for Boston.
Boy, Kenny has really come alive this 3rd quarter.
11 points for Kenny Anderson in his 11th year from Georgia Tech. Ball knocked out of bounds, back to the Wizards.
That's my point. 11 points, 9 of them in this 3rd quarter. Still got 4.5 minutes to go.
Wholesale subs for Boston: Milt Palacio, Strickland, and Blount. Anderson comes out along with Joe Johnson. They get a nice rest. Anderson missed 32 games with a sprained right ankle last year and another 16 with a fractured jaw. Wizards trying to cut into this 10-point lead. Nice play by Jordan. 22 points in a game for MJ. Walker down low. Boy.
Just bullied his way, I should say.
There's just nothing you can do to stop him. He even looked like he travels with the ball, but he's just so strong and physical, there's nothing you can do. Jordan low post. Think about the double team. Kicks it out to Nesby. Wild long shot. Missed everything. Leitner's there. And score the field goal. He'll go to the line.
The shot clock winding down. Nesby knew he had to get that shot up. Still didn't draw iron. They had just a second or two to go, and Leitner was able to retrieve that air ball and get the putback and still draw the foul. There's the pump fake. Good job.
So Jordan comes out of the game, gets a breather, has 20 points, replaced by Courtney Alexander. Correction on Jordan, 22 points. And Leitner completes the three-point play. Michael's high this season, 29, in the game last Saturday against the 76ers.
Michael or Rip?
Rip, I'm sorry. Thank you, Phil. Jumper no good, and Chris Whitney is there for the rebound. Jordan season high 31 down in Atlanta. Whitney short jumper. Boy, the Wizards need those shots. Michael Jordan on the night, 9 of 18 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Kicked by Hamilton, and Tony Brothers calls it. In the NBA, it's not a kick ball unless it's intentional. But Brothers feeling that Richard Hamilton did kick it intentionally.
I don't think anybody really kicks the ball intentionally, especially when you have a chance. That's not intentional. It's an inverted kick because he has a lane to the basket. He wants to try and pick that ball up. See, he's reaching down for he thought he had it. That's intentional, you think?
Well, that's
intentional. That's what his intent was.
That was the interpretation by the official. Milt Palacio. So the Wizards, with Jordan out of the game now, trail Boston by 7. See if they can cut into this lead as MJ gets a rest. Nesby. Hamilton for 3. Good.
Boy, good sacrifice by Nesby, and that's what I'm talking about. He's making much better decisions this year than he did last season.
15 points for Richard Hamilton. The Wizards cut it to 4. Palacio all the way, and he's fouled.
I think Whitney felt like he had some help as he drove his man to the middle. And one of the defenders was coming in that direction, but he was going out to the perimeter to catch one of those players, and it just gave Palacio enough time to turn that corner and get the angle.
Down in the lane. Now he takes the tee right to the rim. Beautiful drive. And then this fadeaway in the lane. Nothing forced. Everything right on the money.
Here's Michael Jordan's numbers. 9 of 18 from the field. 4 for 5 from the lines. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Business as usual.
Absolutely. And I cannot underline it enough when I say that nothing is forced. You know, there is nothing out of desperation. He's in the flow of what they're doing. He's taking what the defense is giving him. And then if anyone else is open off the immediate double team, he's finding the people.
And he wants his teammates to be better. He wants to win. In fact, he even had some comments about Antoine Walker yesterday and said with all the great play and his great performance, he's got to make other people better. So he's even really trying to help guys on other teams with his thoughts. He's always trying to do that.
Well, Antoine Walker worked out with him all summer long. And we know that Antoine Walker last year had 6 assists per game. And tonight, he has just done a magnificent job in helping his teammates, and he already has 7 assists in this game.
Christian Laettner from the corner, and it's 68 to 64, as Laettner coming in with 19 points, 8 of 10 from the field, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Joe Johnson back in for the Celtics. He's had a fine all-around game. And near double-double in points and rebounds. Here is Eric Strickland for 3.
That was a big one.
Eric Strickland, and the Celtics couldn't believe that he'd be available, but Strickland tonight, 10 points off the bench, including that 3.
Now, he fits right in with this style of play. And he's going to be a nice contributor for them during the course of the season.
Going the same way, it'll be Wizards ball with 10 on the shot clock and 1.5 minutes remaining in the third. As Celtics leading by 7. They had a 12-point lead at one time, and the Wizards hanging in there. And they're trying to make a run with Michael Jordan on the bench in the waning minutes of this third quarter. Here is Hamilton over Blunt hitting. So Hamilton coming alive has 17 points, 11 since the first quarter.
No, that play was totally by design. That was a quick pass into Laettner. Laettner was to dribble over and set the screen because they want to switch so that Hamilton would free himself in the lane.
And Blunt with his second field goal. We have not seen Potapico, you said, but the Celtics very pleased with their committee of centers this year.
Well, Petit last year missed so many games due to the fact that he was injured, and Blount coming on, they picked him up as a free agent, has really developed, and they love his potential.
Alexander on the turnaround, and the time remaining, nearly 40 seconds to go and 17 on the clock. Milt Palacio hitting the shot. How about Strickland and Palacio off the bench scoring 18 points?
Well, Palacio and Kenny Anderson have negated that tough first half where they struggled with the shot, only 3 for 12. This half, the 2 of them are on fire.
Strickland committing the foul. Pierce and Walker have taken only 3 shots this quarter. So Doug Collins has to like that, but others have stepped up. And you mentioned Kenny Anderson, Joe Johnson. They have a total of 16 here in the third.
Yeah, I like their weapons this year. I like the Celtic weapons. I like the fact that their centers are healthy. I like their ball movement. Pierce and Walker are definitely sharing the basketball. They have an excellent camaraderie out on the floor. Their defense is 100% better than a year ago. And then they are dangerous in the three-point game.
Whatever you want to do, boy, they look to criticize Walker and Pierce. That's a great 1-2 punch that you can depend on every game.
Well, anytime that you tell me that in the assist column that Walker is going to have right around 6, Pierce is going to have 2 to 3 a night, and then that they're going to shoot and score what they score, you know, what's the big complaint here? Well, they do take a couple of bad shots. Oh, no kidding. Who in this game does not force a couple of bad shots anytime that you are 2 guys who are taking 23 to 25 shots a game?
Nesby committing the foul, his third. And a difference of about 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. 7-point Celtic lead. And Hamilton knocking it away. And it's going to be Wizards ball with plenty of time to get a basket before the end of this third and a chance to come within 5. And Michael Jordan comes off the bench for that very reason. Nesby goes out to Jordan, who has scored 22 tonight. Nesby starting tonight, but has not scored for the Wizards, going to the bench.
You're sending Michael down the floor. What you really want to do is go up the floor with the pass and then let him make this pick.
Jordan,
good block.
Walker got a piece of it. That'll do it. So Antoine Walker blocking Michael Jordan's shot. And so Walker closing in on a triple-double, has 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and a block on Jordan as time runs out. And after 3 quarters here at the Fleet Center in Boston, sold out tonight, the Celtics lead the Wizards 75-68.
Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Wizards basketball has been brought to you by Force Free, providing comprehensive IT solutions worldwide. By Dodge, get somewhere, grab life by the horns, Dodge. And by Comcast, get over 250 channels on Comcast digital cable. Call 1-888-COMCAST today. Take a look at the Verizon stats through 3 quarters of play. Boston at 48% shooting tonight, Phil, well above their season average of 41%.
Well, they really brought that up this third quarter. 12 for 20, 60% in the third quarter. Washington has to do something about that defensively. You can see the three-pointers, 6 for 13. That's very good shooting, just under 50%. But no trip to the free throw line, only 5%, only 1 attempt in the third quarter. Washington 12 for 13. Rebounds about equal, but again, 10 offensive rebounds, all those in the first half. So Washington did shut down in terms of offensive rebounds for the third quarter, and you see the fast break points, 19 to 10 in favor of Boston.
Well, the rookie Johnson has taken 14 shots tonight. Walker's taken 10, Pierce 10, Palacio 9, and so on. It's a lot harder to defend 5 guys out there than it is 2, which in many cases that's what you do.
Well, that's what they wanted to force them to do in the first quarter. It really worked in Washington's favor because those other guys were not hitting those shots. Late in the second quarter, you started seeing them make the shots. And then in the third quarter, Kenny Anderson came out and hit 9 quick points in about 6 minutes. So some of the other guys are stepping up now.
Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, our entire Comcast Sportsnet crew here. Walker, corner 3, good. Came into the game shooting 16 of 40 from three-point range, has 19 points in this game. And Jordan's pass is stolen away, up ahead to Walker. Nice save to Pierce, who misses, tip no good. And Jordan has the rebound. Wizards start the quarter with MJ, Tyronn Lue, Popeye Jones, Courtney Alexander, and Christian Laettner. Popeye open, he didn't shoot it. Now Laettner will take the long jumper and hit it. Boy, he's been accurate tonight.
He really has. Make that 9 for 11 now. He's only missed 2 shots.
21 points for Christian Laettner, who last year's season high was 26 twice. Popeye is there for the rebound. His career high 37 against Chicago in 1996.
You know, they're in a position, Washington is, to steal this game. They can get a couple of these open shots to go down for them. Keep forcing Boston to play a half-court game. Keep them out of transition baskets.
Knocked out of bounds by Jordan with 12 on the shot clock. They've got Tyronn Lue, rather, on Kenny Anderson. Try to slow him down a little bit. Jordan gets beside Pierce and fouls him. First personal foul on Jordan. Pierce fade away. What a shot. Celtics signed into a 6-year contract extension this summer. Leitner.
Yes.
Perfect. That's exactly what they have to do because they swung out to double team Lou.
They're creating some plays, running some plays, and allowing him to just flash open and getting a good look at the basket without a defender all over it.
23 points for Leitner. We'll take another one. How about that? The guy's on fire. 25 points for Christian Leitner.
Well, you know who has the hot hands.
He's only missed 2 shots all night in 13 attempts. Blount gets the rebound, and an offensive foul is called on Mark Blount. His third personal. And timeout has been called to a chorus of boos here in the Fleet Center. 8:49 to go in regulation. And the Wizards with the ball trailing by 6 when we come back.
For Boston to hold on. Well, Boston has got to make up their mind here. Are they going to change that coverage on that screen up high, which is opening him up in this last 8 minutes? You've got to say to yourself,
yes, and there are 2 different things, as we know, and
did I basketball 101 at Syracuse, huh? I didn't see that. All right.
Did you mention Eton Thomas? All right, so the turnover by Antoine Walker, and now the Wizards down by 4. Nearly 4 minutes elapsed here in the 4th quarter. Tyronn Lue driving in. Rebound, popped by Jones, and he's fouled. So Jones, showing why he leads the Wizards in rebounding coming into this game, will shoot a pair.
Popeye Jones is one of the hard workers. As long as this guy is healthy, you know you're going to get a lunch pail game from him night in and night out. You give him 20 minutes, he's going to get you close to double-figure boards, and he'll just out-muscle on that offensive. You're not going to force any shots.
The team with his 4th personal foul. Want to tell you what's coming up on Turner Sports tomorrow on TNT. And check out the time, 9 p.m. start. Special time as the Sixers go against Houston. Next Tuesday at 8 on TBS. Toronto at Sacramento. That'll be a good one. And next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Orlando Magic at Phoenix at 8 p.m. on TNT. 2-point lead. So the 12-point lead, the Celtics have maintained the edge, but now the Wizards making a run. 7 on the shot clock. Kenny Anderson has it deflected by Leitner, I believe, got a piece of it. And now the Wizards in position to at least take the lead. They could hit a 3-2 lead, and a basket would tie it up there on an 8-0 run.
Here's the high screen spot up.
And the spot up man is Leitner. Has hit 8 in a row and finally misses, but guess who? Comes swooping down with the offensive rebound. Michael Jordan, 22, has yet to score in the 4th quarter. Fires away and ties the game at 80. And is fouled, and the Wizards can take the lead.
Let me tell you, this is just a great move. Not only does he take the rookie down, watch the bump with the right forearm. Now keep an eye as he comes down in here now. Watch that right forearm right there. There was the bump that got him back. And then you always tell players, do not foul a jump shooter.
And Jordan makes the free throw to give the Washington Wizards an 81-80 lead. And Jordan now with 25 points. A 1-point lead for Washington with 7:16 remaining in the 4th.
anticipate. Nobody put a body on him. He gets by his man, gets a running start, grabs it. Now he has a feeling for this game. It's down to a 3-point game or 2-point game at this point. Takes his man baseline, pulls up for the jumper, ties it with the foul, and converts the three-point play. Washington is up by 1 now.
You said that they had a chance to steal this game. What this team wanted to be able to do is put themselves in a position to win games in the fourth quarter, and that's what they've done here tonight. Loose ball foul on Christian Laettner. The Wizards with their first lead since they were up 25-24 early in the second quarter. They're on an 11-0 run.
Yeah, this is the time now where you really have to get focused and get intense. Every possession is important. No mental breakdowns. That time, Petit was able to get in front and get inside position. I think it was Laettner that was forced to foul from behind.
It was on Laettner. He's had a tremendous game tonight. Pierce backs up and shoots. Misses. Walker scores, and he's fouled. He is unbelievable. 21 points for Antoine Walker. We've seen him make shots sitting on his rear end.
Well, no question. I think Popeye is concerned about the way he got the rebound. He's very cagey. Only 6 years. Comes over the back of Popeye there, and then strong enough to get the putback with the contact.
Popeye went flying out of the way. I didn't see if it was Pierce, or rather Walker, that knocked him out.
He had a running start.
C's back up by 2. Walker with Jordan, and he'll go to the line. Walker flirting with a triple-double, has 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in this game.
Well, those are the kind of numbers he's been putting up on a consistent basis. And he does so many things well. That time on that last shot there, you see Jordan, or you see the two guys talking there, but Jordan goes up, gets Paul Pierce up in the air. And Paul Pierce picks up the foul.
26 points for MJ. Wizards 16 of 17 from the free throw line tonight, Phil. Jordan has the only miss.
Yeah, they shot their free throws well. On the other side of the court, though, Boston has had only 7 attempts, 6 of those coming in the first half. So they have made very few trips to the free throw line.
Jordan 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. Inside, foul called, and I think they got Tyronn Lue.
Washington foul is number 10, Tyronn Lue. It's his first personal foul, team's 4th.
So the Celtics go back to the free throw line. 83% free throw shooting team, 17th in the NBA. And Petit gets a couple. 8 of 11 coming into this game. 5th overall pick by Denver 4 years ago, traded to the Lakers for Nick Van Exel and dealt to Boston for Travis Knight. He played the best ball of his career in the first 40 games last year before an ankle injury sidelined him, and then he missed 41 games. Wizards with a weave. Alexander. Good Boston defense. 10 to shoot. Jordan goes baseline, fadeaway jumper. How good is he?
Yes. Drove him hard to the baseline and then pulled up. That has to get the defense back on its heel.
29 points for Jordan. Pierce. They double team, give it to Anderson wide open, and he cans it. That's the risk you take when you come over to help out, especially with a team that's been shooting as well as Boston tonight.
Kenny Anderson, who's somewhat sleepwalking in the first half, really has come alive.
Jordan pulls up for the jumper. Little strong. Popeye is there, and they'll reset. He has been so valuable to this basketball team. Laettner lost the handle, now finds Alexander. 8 seconds to shoot. Courtney. Jordan and blocked. I don't know if MJ was expecting that pass. And Anderson pulls it out. Celtics by 2. 4:54 to go in regulation. Now Jordan covering Pierce. Knocked away by MJ. Pierce wanted a foul. Lou ahead of the pack. Lays it in. We're tied at 87.
Can't do it always on the offensive end. Sometimes you do it on the defense. A strip from Jordan created the steal and the transition basket by Lou.
Pierce yelling at Nolan Fine for the foul. No call. Pierce takes the jumper, misses. Tipped up, knocked away. The slam.
And we said that was going to be a problem. We knew that going small, you're going to give up some rebounds.
22nd timeout for Doug Collins. Boston by 2 with 4:05 to play. This has been an excellent basketball game.
They really picked it up in the latter part over the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they feel like at this point they have a chance to win. Here's that steal by Jordan. Stays right in front of Pierce. Doesn't go for any of the fakes. He's able to stay right in front of him and muscle up to him now. Pierce exposes that ball. Michael gets a piece of it. Lou picks it up and puts it down. Tony Petit gets a big rebound and then puts it down. You want to stay away from those offensive rebounds.
And we will take a timeout with 4:05 to go in regulation. The Wizards will have the ball. They trail by 2.
Both teams got over the nervousness in the first half of forcing up so many outside shots and missing. Both teams are not high percentage shooting teams, but in the second half, we're seeing excellent sets, people getting into familiar areas. They're shooting a high percentage. Michael Jordan is treating the crowd to a vintage type of a game. And then Christian Laettner has been spectacular.
The 1-2 punch of Jordan and Laettner have outscored the 1-2 punch of Walker and Pierce 56-36. Jordan over Pierce. He's got it. Michael Jordan has equaled his season's high 31 with a line drive jumper to tie the game. So Jordan, Laettner, and Hamilton have 77 of the 89 points. And Walker comes back, and now the Stars are taking over.
Well, it's the way it should be. And what I like, as Jimmy O'Brien said, I'm going right to my main man on the post. And when they went to him, he's attacking the rim. Laettner is tired. He's played a ton of minutes. No shot blocking out on the floor right now. So if you're a post-up guy with strength, you're taking it to the glass.
Antoine Walker now with 25 in the game, and the Celtics leading by 3. 3:35 remaining in regulation. Celtics have led most of the way. The Wizards had a brief lead by a point. Jordan now isolated against Pierce, driving in, changing hands, gets the offensive rebound. No basket traveling called against Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they said he caught his own shot without the ball hitting the rim.
Yeah, right.
Okay? They're saying that the ball was an air ball. See, as this shot goes up, you're going to see right here, it goes up. All right, did not catch any part of the rim, and he caught his own ball and then took it up. Good call.
And here's Kenny Anderson driving in the foul. And the Wizards over the limit. And Anderson will shoot. Celtics still have one foul to give. And Kenny Anderson, who had a sprained ankle out for the rest of the year last February, various injuries, missed all but 33 games of the season, was kicked in the toe the other day, but comes out playing anyway and playing well tonight, going to the line for the first time tonight and has 14.
Well, you're hoping right now that he'll finally get back to where he was like in '94 when he played in the All-Star game. You're looking for Kenny Anderson, an established guy who has scored 15 points throughout his career. He's got an average of 7 assists a game. But what you're looking for him is to be healthy, and then you're looking for him to be a better defender at the point. Now, Jimmy O'Brien feels that he's more dedicated to the defense this year, and he's doing a good job.
That he's playing the best defense of his career, says Jim O'Brien, who took over for Rick Pitino, and the team settled down, played 500 ball in the last 48 games that he coached. So it's 94-89. Michael Jordan, the open man is Hamilton, off his foot, out of bounds, and it's last touch by the Celtics.
They get a break there. They really got a break. because they had nothing. Michael had nothing on the dribble. He was looking for Hamilton out on the wing.
Hamilton into the game, replacing Lou. So Hamilton working against Anderson has size on him. And here is Jordan with a pump fake block. Pierce blocks it and gives it up to Walker, who gives it up to Johnson. And that's a big basket in this game.
Yeah, it's good timeout right now by Doug Collins. You had the shot clock running down. Michael was trying to get it up. Great defensive effort. And then it escalates into a 2-on-1 that you must finish. Now keep an eye on this now. He had two guys on him so that he could not get to the middle. Beautiful anticipation by Pierce, and then he gets rid of the ball. But how about this pass? See Antoine Walker dribbling with his head up so that he could see the 2-on-1, and then they finish.
And Joe Johnson with 16 points. So Michael Jordan has had 2 shots blocked by Paul Pierce, 1 by Walker, and the Celtics lead by 7.
Even better shooting in the second half. Pierce and Walker combined for 39 points. We talk about they've been averaging a combined 51 points a game. And Jordan matching his season high with 31 points. He shot the ball well also.
For Christian Laettner, it is his season high with the Wizards. He had 26 last year after the trade from Dallas and has 27 tonight and is 10 shy of his career high.
Well, there's still a lot of basketball to play, and obviously they've got to continue to play some good offense, get some offense going, I should say, but also they've got to get back on defense, try to not to allow Boston to get some of those transition baskets. And they've had a hard time, and they knew that was going to be difficult coming into this game. That's why they changed around their starting lineup. They knew it was going to be difficult to match up against, particularly Antoine Walker. And they've made it work for his shots. I mean, the guy's having a tremendous line. You know, he's averaging 25 shot attempts a game. He only has 14 tonight, but he's made the most of it, 10 for 14. He's also got 9 rebounds and 9 assists. So he's been a tough one to match up with tonight.
Wizards working hard to try to get Jordan the ball, and Pierce is on him like a blanket. Laettner, unbelievable. He is blazing hot. 29 points for Christian Laettner. Boston by 5. That was a critical basket. Laettner 13 of 16 from the floor. Pierce, good defense. Fade away, short whistle and a foul.
That's on Antoine Walker.
It is. It's an offensive foul on Boston for a push after the shot.
They do a good job of rotating and then covering back up. There's the push, yeah.
See, pushed Popeye right out of the game. 4th on Walker. So now the Wizards can cut it to 3, perhaps 2.
Right, there's a loose ball foul on the Celtics. Antoine Walker, his 14th scored.
2:06 to play. Our producer, Chris Crane, our director, John Niehaus, Aaron Solomon on graphics tonight, all from Comcast Sportsnet. And a big steal by Anderson. Nice play.
They've done such a good job, Washington, not turning the ball over. I think that's only the 11th turnover. They come at a bad time.
Nowhere to go. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Timeout called Boston.
The Boston Celtic defense has been outstanding. But not only the shot block, but also the deflections, which have taken the Wizards right out of their offensive tempo and no shot attempts.
Walker on the perimeter, guarded by Popeye Jones, and Pierce defended by Jordan. Here is Pierce and Jordan with 7 on the shot clock, and traveling calls. So Jordan, I tell you, that's where the headiness of Michael Jordan pays off.
Yeah, well, right now, see, it's the story of the established player getting the non-call. Paul Pierce is saying he's smacking me with the forearm and he's knocking me around. I should be getting fouled.
And Jordan smiling.
That's right.
And looking a look back. This is a head game going on between those two. Here is Jordan passing out to Leitner. 8 on the clock. Whitney hitting the three. Big. So Chris Whitney, who went in hitting 63% from three-point range, and it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
Now, Whitney's been quiet tonight, but we know that he has been an excellent spot-up guy for the Wizards before tonight's game.
10 on the shot clock, and under a minute remaining. There you see the game clock as Walker turns around, hits the big shot, with the defender in his face.
Big-time move. That's a great score, giving you one of his better moves, reading the defense, and then coming up with that shot right in your face. Now here he is, he faces up, he has nothing now. Once he goes, now watch the spin. As he comes out of there with the spin, he's coming right up on you. Just a great offensive move.
And Popeye Jones was all over him. So 27 points for Antoine Walker. Timeout. Boston by 6.
And to see their Celtics, who are trying to go 3-2 on the season. Both teams 2-2 coming into tonight's game. Whitney works free for a jumper. Can't get it to fall, and that will do it. Johnson the rebound to Walker. He needed that 3, and now Popeye fouls Antoine Walker. Walker came into the game, Phil, shooting 30%. Tonight, 11 for 15, and no real wild shots.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. He's been well under control, made good decisions out there, and you're talking about 9 assists. He's distributed the basketball as well.
Doug Collins not happy with Chris Whitney's last 3-point attempt, feeling that the team perhaps did not need a 3-pointer.
Well, you actually don't need a 3. That's his shot, and that's what he's been used to taking. But you know, you needed to score.
Well, Walker has done it to the Wizards before, and tonight 29 points in a big game. Jordan blocked. He'll go to the line as he draws the foul. MJ with a chance for a new season high of 31. Of course, he scored 63 in a playoff record here in Boston. That was at the Garden. Celtics won that game in double overtime. Michael misses, just his second free throw of the night. Teron Lue coming in for Popeye Jones, and Tyrone Nesby for Christian Leitner, who had a magnificent game tonight. So Jordan with a new season high of 32. Hard-fought game by the Wizards, who came back from 10 down. Battled back, took a lead by 1. But the unselfish play of this Celtic team tonight, what they've done not only in transition but also in the paint.
They got a lot more. Yeah, they got a lot more people involved than they did their first 4 games. And although Pearson, Walker, particularly Walker, will get a lot of the credit, but you had some other players came in and filled in key situations. Talk about their balanced shooting tonight. Nesby shoots and misses. Walker 16 shots. Correction, 15. Pierce 16. Johnson 15. And Anderson 14.
And the Celtics hang on for a hard-fought 104-95 win as the Wizards drop to 2-3 on the year. Heck of a game, but just not enough power and production at the end.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a little bit more from some other people, but certainly a good effort, not a bad effort tonight.
For the 500 mark, we know Michael Jordan's a great player. Like I said at halftime, we'll give him 30 points. But Christian Laettner was getting off. They had a chance to win the game. But Paul played great defense down the stretch, and that's what we need. He didn't have it going offensively, and he came up big tonight defensively. So it's a big win for us to get over the 500 mark, because our next 5 out of 6 at home.
Well, everybody knows in Boston that you and Paul are the 1-2 punch, but also talk about the contributions of Joe Johnson and also Kenny Anderson.
Oh, it was great tonight. Kenny's been playing, came in camp in great shape, ready to play. And Joe is just picking up everything. He's played great last game. He just carried it on. So, you know, I think Joe's going to come into that third weapon that we really need. So it's going to look like it's going to be a good season for us.
Thanks a lot, Antoine. Well, Paul, I know you've been trying to downplay this matchup between Michael Jordan. Just talk about tonight's win. You said all you wanted to do was just win this game and get a W for the team.
Yeah, basically, that's all I wanted. I didn't want to turn this into a one-on-one affair. Michael's a great player, and, you know, I got a lot of respect for him. But, you know, the main goal right now is just get wins. You know, we're trying to get to the playoffs. We got one goal in mind, and we're just trying to win the ball game.